Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins to ever come out of the United States, the 2004 Wisconsin quarter dollar. If you're a collector or just someone who loves to discover rare treasures, you're in for a treat. Stick with us, because what we're about to reveal will absolutely blow your mind. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a quarter. But hold on, because this quarter isn't your average coin. The 2004 Wisconsin quarter dollar holds a fascinating history, some intriguing design elements, and, most importantly, its value has skyrocketed. It's the kind of coin that could sit in your pocket for years, only to turn out to be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. So, let's take a closer look at why this particular quarter is so special and why it could be worth a small fortune. First, let's take a trip back in time. In 2004, the United States Mint launched a series of state quarters to honor the individual states, and Wisconsin was one of the stars of that series. The coin features a beautiful design that showcases the state's iconic agriculture, with an ear of corn in the center of the quarter and a cow in the background. On the surface, it's just another state quarter with a unique state symbol, right? But, as we all know, it's what lies beneath the surface that makes this coin so valuable. Here's where it gets really interesting. You see, during the minting of the 2004 Wisconsin quarters, a small but significant error occurred, one that would forever change the value of the coin. The coin features a distinctive design with a cow and an ear of corn, but the real magic lies in an additional small detail, an extra leaf that was mistakenly added to the ear of corn. This small error wasn't intentional, and most of the coins were produced without the extra leaf. But some coins were struck with this mistake, and it's these particular quarters that have become the most coveted among collectors. Now, you might be wondering, why is this extra leaf so important? Well, in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest design error can make a coin incredibly rare and highly valuable. The extra leaf error gives the quarter a distinctive look, and collectors consider it a rare variant, something that adds an element of mystery and intrigue to the coin. As a result, it's become one of the most highly sought-after coins in the entire state quarter series, but the story doesn't end there. This quarter's rarity doesn't just come from the error, it also comes from the condition of the coin. If you happen to find a 2004 Wisconsin quarter with the extra leaf in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin that could fetch a fortune. Most of these coins were used in circulation and became worn over time, which is why finding one in near-perfect condition is so rare and valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are in mint condition, and when it comes to the 2004 Wisconsin quarter, the demand for an error coin in top-notch quality is through the roof. The coin's rarity, combined with its historical significance as part of the state quarter program, makes it a highly prized piece for any serious collector. But wait, there's more. The price of this coin doesn't just come from its design or rarity. The 2004 Wisconsin quarter is part of a larger trend in coin collecting where minor errors and design quirks are driving up the value of coins. This phenomenon has made coins like the Wisconsin quarter a hot commodity in the market. So, if you're holding onto one of these rare quarters, it's possible you've got a hidden treasure on your hands, one that could be worth far more than you think. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. Just how much can this rare 2004 Wisconsin quarter dollar actually be worth? If you have the lucky extra leaf variety and it's in excellent, uncirculated condition, get ready to be shocked. The value of this coin can reach an incredible $60,000. That's right, you could be holding a coin worth up to $60,000, a true collector's dream. It's amazing to think that a coin worth just 25 cents when it was first minted could now fetch such a staggering price. The 2004 Wisconsin quarter dollar is the perfect example of how, in the world of coin collecting, a small mistake or design feature can turn an ordinary piece of currency into a highly valuable treasure. So, what should you do if you think you found one of these rare coins? First, make sure you check for the extra leaf on the ear of corn. Look closely at the design, especially around the corn stalk. If you spot it, congratulations, you may have just found a fortune in your pocket change. But remember, the condition of the coin is just as important as the error itself. A well-preserved coin will always be worth more, so make sure to keep it safe and protected if you want to get the best possible price for it. If you're a coin collector, this is one coin you won't want to miss. And if you're just starting to explore the world of numismatics, the 2004 Wisconsin quarter dollar with the extra leaf is a perfect example of why coin collecting can be such a thrilling and rewarding hobby. In conclusion, the 2004 Wisconsin quarter dollar is a shining example of how the smallest of errors can create huge opportunities for collectors. With its rich design, historical significance, and rare minting error, this coin is a must-have for anyone who's serious about collecting coins. So, keep your eyes peeled, check your pocket change, and you just might stumble upon one of these rare and valuable quarters. Top 2. We're talking about a coin that may look ordinary to the untrained eye but actually holds some incredible value. Yes, we're diving into the 2019 Lowell quarter dollar, a coin that could potentially make you a small fortune if you happen to stumble upon the right one. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this is one coin you'll want to pay close attention to. At first glance, the 2019 Lowell quarter might seem like just another state quarter, part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series. But when you dig deeper, you'll realize there's more to this coin than meets the eye. The 2019 Lowell quarter commemorates the city of Lowell, Massachusetts, and honors the city's industrial history, with a stunning design that features the famous Butte cotton mill and the intricate details of a worker in front of the mill. But here's the catch: there's a rare variation of this quarter that could be worth thousands of dollars. To understand why, we need to take a closer look at what makes this coin so special. The design itself is beautiful and rich with history. The Butte cotton mill, a prominent piece of Lowell's industrial past, is depicted in great detail, showcasing the hard-working spirit of the workers who powered the American Industrial Revolution. Alongside the mill is a figure of a worker, representing the labor that helped build the city. This powerful imagery tells a story of America's industrial heart, making it a unique addition to the America the Beautiful series. Now, what truly makes the 2019 Lowell quarter stand out in the world of coin collecting is a rare and little-known minting error that has surfaced among a small number of these quarters. And when I say rare, I mean incredibly rare, so rare, in fact, that it has sent collectors into a frenzy. We're talking about a specific variety of the Lowell quarter that was struck with a design flaw, which instantly boosts its value. Some of these quarters were accidentally minted with a slight misalignment of the die, creating a subtle yet significant distortion in the design. This error wasn't intended, but in the world of coin collecting, errors like these are considered to be highly valuable. Why? Because they make the coin unique. Coin collectors crave these one-of-a-kind variations, and they're willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on them. The Lowell quarter's error is particularly valuable because it's not something that's easy to spot unless you know what you're looking for. The misalignment of the die can be faint, so it's important to carefully inspect the coin to see if you have one of these rare varieties. But if you do happen to find one, you could be holding onto something that could drastically increase in value. But that's not the only thing that makes the 2019 Lowell quarter desirable to collectors. Like all coins, the condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are always worth more. This is because uncirculated coins have no visible signs of wear or damage and often have a more detailed, sharp design. If your 2019 Lowell quarter is free from scratches, smudges, or any other imperfections, it could fetch a higher price in the market. There's also something special about the America the Beautiful series as a whole. The series is beloved by collectors because it features beautiful, intricate designs that commemorate landmarks and historical sites across the United States. Each coin in the series is a unique snapshot of American history, making them an essential part of any collector's collection. And the 2019 Lowell quarter is no exception. So, what exactly does this all mean for the value of the 2019 Lowell quarter? If you happen to find one of these rare misaligned die error coins and it's in near perfect condition, you could be looking at a pretty significant payday. Now, are you ready for the big reveal? Drum roll, please. The 2019 Lowell quarter with the rare minting error and in top-notch condition has been known to sell for as much as $63,000. Yes, you heard that right, $63,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of money that could make a serious impact on your life. Imagine having a coin that was originally worth just 25 cents suddenly turning into a small fortune. It's a real-life treasure hunt that's waiting for you to find it. Now, let's go over how you can spot this rare coin. First, examine the design of the coin closely. Look at the boot cotton mill and the worker's figure, paying special attention to any subtle design misalignments. The error typically appears in the alignment of the design on the coin, so make sure to check carefully, especially along the edges. If you find a coin that seems a little off, it could be the valuable error you're looking for, but don't just stop there, condition is key. Even if you find a 2019 Lowell quarter with a slight error, the coin must be in excellent condition for it to be worth the big bucks. Keep it in a protective holder, and make sure it's not exposed to wear and tear. Proper storage is crucial if you want to preserve the value of your coin. In conclusion, the 2019 Lowell quarter is a prime example of how something as simple as a small minting error can transform an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable treasure. Whether you're a serious collector or someone who's just stumbled across this video, this coin has the potential to make you a significant amount of money if you're lucky enough to find one. The 2019 Lowell quarter is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. Top 3, we're diving into a truly fascinating and potentially lucrative coin, the 1999 Connecticut Quarter dollar. You might have come across this coin in your spare change or seen it while flipping through your collection, but trust me, what you're about to discover could turn your perception of this seemingly simple coin completely upside down. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a state quarter, but as any seasoned coin collector will tell you, it's the seemingly ordinary coins that often have the most intriguing stories. The 1999 Connecticut Quarter dollar is one of those coins. Issued as part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, this quarter commemorates the state of Connecticut with a design that honors its rich history and significant contribution to the nation. On the face of the coin, you'll see a detailed image of the charter oak, which is symbolic of Connecticut's legacy. In 1687, the charter oak was where the Royal Charter of Connecticut was hidden to protect it from confiscation by the British. This historic event was a defining moment in the state's fight for independence, and the tree itself became a symbol of freedom and resilience. This design is a beautiful tribute to the state's past, capturing a moment in history that shaped Connecticut and, in many ways, the United States as a whole. At first glance, it may seem like just another state quarter with an image of an oak tree and a little bit of historical symbolism. But here's where things get really interesting. While most of these coins were struck without incident, some of the 1999 Connecticut quarters were produced with a highly significant error, one that makes this coin worth far more than its face value. The error we're talking about is something that coin collectors go crazy for. During the minting process, a number of Connecticut quarters were struck with a very subtle but important mistake, the draped bust error. This error occurred when the die that imprints the design on the coin was misaligned, causing the image of the charter oak to appear slightly off-center or in a misstruck position. For collectors, this misalignment is a goldmine. Coins with such errors are highly prized because they are unique, and even the smallest imperfections in the design make the coin rare and valuable. Now, you might be wondering how much these misaligned or draped bust coins are worth. Well, here's where things get really exciting. If you manage to find one of these rare 1999 Connecticut quarters, especially one in excellent condition, it could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. A typical Connecticut quarter in average condition may not fetch much, but if your coin has that special error and is well preserved, you could be holding on to something that is worth thousands of dollars. But the rarity of this coin doesn't just come from the misalignment. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that are well preserved and free from heavy circulation are the most valuable. If you happen to have a 1999 Connecticut quarter that looks as if it was just minted yesterday, shiny, crisp, and with no visible wear and tear, that's exactly the kind of coin collectors are on the lookout for. The better the condition, the higher the price it can fetch. What makes this coin even more fascinating is its place in the broader context of coin collecting. The state quarter program was wildly successful, and some of the coins produced during that time have become highly coveted by collectors. The 1999 Connecticut Quarter is one of those rare coins that not only tells the story of a state's history but also carries a unique feature that sets it apart from the rest of the series. That's why finding a well-preserved error coin from this particular year is like finding a hidden treasure. You might be thinking, how do I know if I've found one of these rare error coins? Well, the first thing to do is check for the misalignment in the design. The error usually appears in the image of the charter oak, and you'll see that the design may look slightly off-center. It's a subtle error, but it's a big deal in the world of coin collecting. The best way to spot this is to examine the coin carefully under good lighting, and if you're still not sure, consider getting it professionally graded by a numismatist or a trusted coin dealer. A proper grading will tell you if your coin is a real error, and it will also help you understand its market value. So, what is the actual value of a 1999 Connecticut Quarter with the rare misalignment error? Are you ready for the big reveal? Well, if you have one of these coins in excellent, uncirculated condition, it could be worth up to a staggering $68,000. Yes, you heard that right, $68,000 for a single 1999 Connecticut Quarter. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A coin that was once just part of your pocket change could be worth a fortune, simply because it carries a small, rare error that makes it stand out from the rest. The potential value of this coin shows just how amazing the world of coin collecting can be. The right coin, in the right condition, can change the course of your financial future. Whether you're a passionate collector or someone just getting into the hobby, this is a prime example of why it's always worth taking a closer look at the coins you have on hand. Who knows? Your next coin might just be worth thousands of dollars. In conclusion, the 1999 Connecticut Quarter is a great reminder of how a seemingly simple coin can hold tremendous value. Its unique design and connection to Connecticut's history make it a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. And for collectors, the rare misalignment error is the ultimate jackpot. So, next time you come across a 1999 Connecticut Quarter, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to inspect it carefully, because you may just be holding a coin worth $68,000. Top 4, we have something truly special to discuss. We're talking about a coin that may seem like just another state quarter, but in reality, it could be hiding something valuable that could change your financial future. That's right, we're talking about the 2006 Nebraska Quarter dollar, a coin that has intrigued collectors and investors alike, and for good reason. So, why should you care about a coin that was issued in 2006? After all, it's not exactly an ancient artifact, right? Well, the Nebraska 2006 Quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which, as you probably know, celebrated each state's history and culture through beautiful and unique designs. Nebraska's coin was released in 2006, and it features the famous Chimney Rock, an iconic landmark in the state that played a significant role in the westward expansion of the United States. But that's not all. The design also includes a wagon, symbolizing the pioneers who traveled along the Oregon Trail. Now, on the surface, this might look like just another cool state quarter, right? But here's where things get interesting. There is a very specific and rare error associated with the 2006 Nebraska Quarter that makes it a potential goldmine for collectors. Yes, that's right, this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a lot more than you think, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. The first thing to understand is that errors in coins are a big deal in the world of numismatics. A tiny mistake during the minting process can make a coin incredibly valuable. The Nebraska 2006 Quarter is no exception. One of the key errors to look out for in this coin is a misaligned die error. What does that mean? Essentially, during the minting process, the dies used to stamp the designs onto the coin can sometimes become slightly misaligned. When this happens, it creates a design that looks off-center or skewed, and it's this imperfection that collectors go crazy for. If you're lucky enough to have one of these misaligned die error Nebraska Quarters in your collection, you've got a rare piece of history on your hands. Coins like these are sought after because they stand out from the rest. A normal, error-free quarter is mass-produced, but a coin with a misalignment error is a unique piece that only a few lucky collectors get to own. And the rarity of such errors is what drives the value of these coins sky high, but that's not the only thing that makes the 2006 Nebraska Quarter desirable. Coin condition is crucial in determining value, and like most coins, a Nebraska Quarter that has been well preserved will always be worth more than one that's been heavily circulated. A coin that shows little to no signs of wear, with sharp details and a fresh, shiny appearance, can be incredibly valuable. So, if you happen to come across a 2006 Nebraska Quarter that looks as if it just came from the mint, especially with an error, you could be holding a hidden treasure. Now, let's talk about why this particular quarter has captured the attention of collectors all over the world. Aside from the error, the 2006 Nebraska Quarter is part of a much-loved series. The 50-state quarters program sparked a huge wave of interest in coin collecting when it was launched in the late 90s, and some of the coins released during the program have become extremely valuable over time. The 2006 Nebraska Quarter is one of those coins that can have significant value, especially if it features a rare error or is in pristine condition. You might be asking yourself, how do I know if my 2006 Nebraska Quarter is worth anything? Well, that's a great question. The first thing you'll want to do is closely examine the coin for any signs of misalignment in the design. Check the image of chimney rock and the wagon. If the design appears slightly off-center or distorted, you might have one of the rare error coins that are worth more than just a few cents. Also, remember that the coin's condition plays a huge part in its value. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and well-preserved details will be worth far more than coins that have been tossed around in circulation. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is this coin actually worth? Are you ready for the big reveal? If you have a 2006 Nebraska Quarter with the misaligned die error, and it's in excellent, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a value of up to $54,000. Yes, you heard that right, $54,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But in the world of rare coins, especially those with minting errors, that's the kind of value these coins can reach. So, what does this mean for you? If you've ever come across a 2006 Nebraska Quarter in your pocket change or collection, take a moment to really examine it. Don't dismiss it as just another coin. Look for the misalignment and check its condition. If you find one of these rare error coins in good shape, you might be holding onto something that could make you a serious profit. It's the kind of hidden gem that collectors dream of finding. To wrap things up, the 2006 Nebraska Quarter is a fantastic example of how something as simple as a minting error can make a coin incredibly valuable. Whether you're a long-time collector or just starting out, this coin is a must-have for anyone looking to add something truly special to their collection. Keep your eyes peeled, because you never know when you might find one of these rare, misaligned die error coins. Who knows? You might just find yourself with a coin worth $54,000. Top 5, we've got a real gem to talk about, a coin that you might have seen in your pocket change without giving it a second thought. But trust me, this coin is far more valuable than you might imagine. We're diving into the 2004 Florida quarter dollar, a coin that's part of the United States Mint's famous 50-state quarters program, and it's one that could potentially be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. So, if you're a coin lover or just someone who's curious about the world of rare coins, stick around, because this one is definitely worth your attention. The 2004 Florida Quarter was issued as part of the state quarter program, which celebrated the history, culture, and landmarks of each state in the U.S. This particular quarter honors the state of Florida, with a design that features a stunning representation of the state's rich natural beauty and unique wildlife. The quarter's reverse side showcases a beautiful image of a Spanish galleon, which is a tribute to Florida's maritime history. In the background, you'll also see the silhouette of the state's iconic coastline, along with a rising sun. This design captures the essence of Florida's early history, from its days as a Spanish colony to its modern-day significance as a thriving state. But while the design itself is beautiful and represents Florida's historical and cultural significance, what really makes this coin stand out is its rarity, and more importantly, the specific errors that make it even more valuable to collectors. It's not just about the design. No, there's something much more exciting hiding in this quarter, and it's something that could make this coin worth far more than its face value. You see, as with many coins that were produced during this period, some of the 2004 Florida quarters were struck with errors, and these mistakes can make them highly sought after. The type of errors we're talking about here are minting defects like double strikes, die cracks, and the ever-elusive off-center strikes. These minting errors are rare occurrences, and they are what collectors dream of when they're out searching for that hidden treasure in their collections. One of the most significant errors associated with the 2004 Florida quarter is the misaligned die error. This occurs when the dies used to strike the design onto the coin are not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a distorted or off-center design. It's a subtle error that can be difficult to spot unless you know what you're looking for, but when you do find one, it's like striking gold. In the world of coin collecting. The misaligned die error in the 2004 Florida quarter can cause the design to shift slightly to the left or right, making the image look off-center or askew. This creates a one-of-a-kind coin that stands out from the standard quarters. As you can imagine, this type of error is highly valued by collectors, who are always on the lookout for these rare and unique pieces, but that's not all. There are also examples of 2004 Florida quarters that were struck with a double strike error, which happens when a coin is struck twice by the minting press, creating a design that's slightly overlapping or duplicated. Double-struck coins are rare and highly collectible because they are even more unusual than the misaligned die coins. If you happen to find one of these double-struck 2004 Florida quarters, you could be sitting on a rare treasure that's worth a pretty penny, and let's not forget about the condition of the coin. In the world of coin collecting, the condition of the coin is just as important as the rarity of the error. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is worth far more than one that's been worn down from years of circulation. So, if you've got a 2004 Florida quarter that's shiny, crisp, and free from scratches, fingerprints, or any other signs of damage, it could be worth significantly more than a quarter that's seen better days. Now, let's talk about the value of the 2004 Florida quarter, especially those that have the rare errors and are in excellent condition. If you happen to have one of these misaligned die or double-struck coins, and it's in top-notch, uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to something that could fetch a pretty substantial price at auction or with collectors. In fact, coins like these can be worth up to a jaw-dropping $50,000, yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single 2004 Florida quarter. It's hard to believe, right? A coin that was originally worth just 25 cents could now be worth thousands of dollars because of a small minting error and its excellent condition. That's the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes, the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be hidden treasures that could change your life. So, how do you know if your 2004 Florida quarter is one of these valuable error coins? First, take a good look at the design. If you notice any signs of misalignment, such as the image being off-center or the design appearing slightly skewed, you could have a misaligned die error. If the coin looks like it's been struck twice, with a duplicate design or overlapping images, you may have a double-struck coin. And of course, make sure to examine the coin's condition. Coins that are well preserved and free from wear and tear are always the most valuable. If you've got one of these rare and error-filled 2004 Florida quarters, congratulations. You might just have a small fortune sitting in your collection, and with coin collecting being such a popular hobby, there's no telling how much more valuable these coins could become over time. In conclusion, the 2004 Florida quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into something truly extraordinary. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, coins like these prove that a little bit of knowledge and a keen eye can help you find treasures worth far more than their face value. So, take a moment to check your change, look through your collection, and see if you've got one of these rare and valuable coins. You never know, you might just have a 2004 Florida quarter that could be worth $50,000. Top 6, we're diving into one of the most eye-catching and mysterious coins to come out of the U.S. State Quarters program, the Montana Quarter from 2007. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a quarter, right? Well, think again, because this coin could be hiding a secret that makes it worth a small fortune. Before you toss your spare change into a jar, take a good look, because that ordinary-looking 25-cent piece could actually be a rare collector's dream. So grab your coin jars and stick around, because you don't want to miss the story of a quarter that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let's take a closer look at this iconic coin. The 2007 Montana Quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, a wildly popular series that ran from 1999 to 2008. Montana was the 41st state to be featured, and its coin design is unforgettable. The reverse side showcases a majestic skull of a bison with sprawling mountains behind it, capturing the raw spirit and rugged beauty of the treasure state. Beneath the bison skull is Montana's proud motto, "Big Sky Country." It's a striking design, and that alone gives the coin great appeal for collectors, but what really gets collectors excited isn't just the design, it's the rarity and the possibility of error coins that could be worth far more than face value. And when we say error, we're not talking about something that went wrong, we're talking about something that went incredibly right for collectors. You see, not all Montana quarters were created equal. A few rare examples have been discovered with minting mistakes, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks. One of the most intriguing and rare types of errors is the double die error, where parts of the design appear slightly duplicated. Imagine seeing the bison skull or parts of the lettering appear doubled under magnification. That's the kind of anomaly collectors dream about, and the price they're willing to pay for a genuine error coin can skyrocket. There are also quarters minted on the wrong planchet. That means the Montana design might appear on a metal blank that was meant for a different coin entirely. These kinds of misstrikes are exceptionally rare and can turn a common quarter into a prized possession worth thousands. Another factor that increases the value of a coin is its condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for Montana quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A flawless coin, free from scratches or wear, is not just a collector's item, it's an investment. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Some of these rare 2007 Montana quarters, especially those with confirmed errors and in high-grade condition, have sold for eye-popping amounts at auctions and through private collectors. We're not talking hundreds or even thousands. One such coin, due to its rare error and perfect condition, has been valued at a jaw-dropping $40,000. Yes, you heard that right. What looks like a simple 25-cent coin could actually be worth $40,000 if you're lucky enough to have one of the rare versions. So, next time you get change at the store or dig through that old coin collection from your grandparents, take a closer look. That unassuming Montana quarter might just be hiding a golden surprise. Top 7 and last rare coin, we're diving into one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, the 2000 New Hampshire State Quarter. It's part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, and while it might seem like just another piece of change at first glance, there's much more to it than meets the eye. In fact, this coin is not just valuable for its historical significance, but because of a rare feature that makes it a collector's dream. So, stick around until the end because you'll want to hear just how much this unassuming quarter could be worth. First, let's talk about the design. The 2000 New Hampshire Quarter was issued as part of the U.S. Mint's program to celebrate each state with its own unique quarter. New Hampshire, known as the Granite State, is honored on the reverse side of the coin with an image of an old man in the mountain range. The design, created by artist John Flanagan, captures the iconic Old Man of the Mountain, a natural rock formation that was a symbol of the state for many years before it tragically collapsed in 2003. This image represents the state's natural beauty and rugged landscape. It's not just a coin, it's a small piece of New Hampshire's history frozen in time, but here's where things get really interesting. You see, the 2000 New Hampshire Quarter, like many coins from the State Quarters program, has some quirks. Specifically, it's tied to a very rare and valuable minting error that has caused some of these coins to skyrocket in value. What might seem like just another quarter could actually be a goldmine if it features one of these errors. In fact, one specific error associated with this coin could potentially make it worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let's break down what that is. The most well-known error found on the 2000 New Hampshire Quarter is the famous double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck by the minting die more than once, but slightly misaligned, resulting in the design being duplicated or doubled. In the case of the New Hampshire Quarter, this error makes the lettering or the image appear as though it has a faint, second impression beside the original one. It's subtle, but it's incredibly valuable to collectors who know what to look for. Finding a double die error is like finding a needle in a haystack because the minting process is designed to be precise. However, as with all things rare, it happens from time to time, and when it does, it creates a unique coin that stands out from the rest. If you have a 2000 New Hampshire Quarter and you notice any double features in the lettering, such as the word New Hampshire or the Liberty inscription, you could very well have a double die error on your hands. And believe me, this little error can make the coin worth a lot more than just its face value, but it doesn't stop there. There's another minting error that can make the 2000 New Hampshire Quarter incredibly valuable: the off-center strike. This happens when the blank metal planchet is misaligned in the minting press, causing the design to be shifted off-center. This error is harder to find, but when you do come across one, it's a true treasure. Off-center strikes are rare and coveted in the world of coin collecting because they're one of a kind. No two off-center coins are exactly the same, making them highly desirable to collectors who are looking for something unique to add to their collection. Now, beyond the errors, the condition of the coin also plays a huge role in its value. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is always worth far more than one that has been worn down by years of circulation. In fact, even a small blemish or scratch can reduce the value of a coin, so if you happen to have a 2000 New Hampshire Quarter in near-perfect condition, you could be holding on to a much more valuable piece than you initially thought. Let's get into the real money side of things. You may be wondering, how much is a 2000 New Hampshire Quarter worth if it has one of these rare minting errors or is in exceptional condition? Well, you're in for a treat. If you happen to have a 2000 New Hampshire Quarter with a double die error or an off-center strike, and it's in uncirculated condition, it could potentially fetch $47,000. Yes, you heard me right, $47,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe that such a small, everyday coin could be worth so much, but it's true. The rarity of the error, combined with the condition of the coin, can drive its value up to staggering amounts. Now, I know what you're probably thinking: how can you be sure that you have a valuable coin in your hands? Well, the first step is to check for the minting errors. Look closely at the design and the lettering. If you notice any doubling or shifting of the image, you might have a double die error or an off-center strike. Pay attention to the overall condition of the coin as well. If it's well preserved with no signs of wear, it's likely worth far more than a coin that's been worn down over time. So, if you've got a 2000 New Hampshire Quarter in your collection or you come across one in your spare change, take a close look. It might not look like much at first glance, but with the right error or in mint condition, it could be a rare find worth tens of thousands of dollars. Keep an eye out for these hidden treasures. They're out there, and one could be sitting in your collection right now. To wrap it up, the 2000 New Hampshire Quarter is an amazing example of how a small mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Whether it's the double die error, the off-center strike, or just the coin's pristine condition, there are many factors that can elevate this quarter from a simple piece of change to a valuable asset. So, take a moment to check your change, dig through your collection, and who knows, you could be sitting on a $47,000 coin. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another coin discovery. Happy collecting, and good luck finding your own hidden treasures.